detox most days because it's been so much violence, senseless shootings. And then I had to go back and dig in my archives and like, man, this from 2022. Man, this from 2021. Like they're resurfacing these things because they know that that'll get your attention and get your emotions at an all-time high, which is not good. Especially as a man, it's not good. You know what I mean? It's just, let me say it, they sell outs. They with the enemy. It's real. It is, man. It's like, bro, it's so much. I think someone gets to the point where they done lost touch. And it's divisive. And that money is the root. They can say whatever they want to say, but that circle that they sit in and that money is the root. It's a lot of people that's in these spaces that are new to money. I'm not lying to you. Like, it's a lot of people that's been just getting by for a very long time. I'm going to be completely honest with you. You got people who has formed an opinion that never had an opinion because they're just starting to get money. I know grown men from the ages of 27 to 45 who are just now getting comfortable getting money. You know, you got to get comfortable in every pocket, in every facet of your life. You got to get used to when you hit a certain pocket of your life, you got to get used to your phone ringing all the time. You know, something as simple as that. Let me bring something to your forehead real quick, bro, so you can understand where I'm coming from. You have to get used to your phone ringing so much. You have to get used to, like, that is a skill. Like, to always be constantly in a meeting, constantly someone's texting you, asking you to troubleshoot this and troubleshoot that. Someone constantly hitting your phone and asking you for advice. When you grow into the man that you are and you're becoming that man that you are and people really rely on you more, you have to get used to that. And you know what else you got to get used to? Money. Because your mind at $10 ain't the same at $100. Your mind at $100 ain't the same at a stack. Your mind is not the same mind at 10,000, 25,000, 30,000, 40,000, making 100,000, more than 100,000 a year. You have to adjust to these things because you've been down so long. You don't even know what it feel like to be up. And when you get in that space or you started exceeding that number that you've been comfortable at it for so long, you got to adjust to that. If you can't identify with that, you haven't reached a certain level in your life yet. You're still making the 45 to 50,000 a year, where a check is just a check. Not where you're seeing grands on a weekly basis. You know, there's people out there that makes $325,000 a year, and they've been making over a quarter million a year for 7 years, and they've been comfortable in that. And now it's time to level up because now their taste buds have increased or has gotten uniquely different. Now they want to go and now they need a pay raise now. So I'm listening to the opinion of people who may have that difference of opinion than the masses do, than the black masses do, because they're not used to that tax bracket that they're in right now. That's why we get so excited when we see somebody who got money. Man, it was so down to earth. What was you expecting them to do? Yeah, everybody know that money changed you. That money definitely changed you. It's up to the individual to be used to dealing with that type of bread, that type of attention. Because that's what makes the rhetoric what it was. Whatever's behind it, whatever's behind the man, whatever's behind the woman, that's what makes it. And it's understood. And everybody's not moved by money. Most people still see those grands that's being dropped in their account every week as, okay, it's just a tool, bro. What you say you needed, mama? What you say you needed, bro? What you say you needed, sis? They see it as just a tool. They see it as just that. Yeah, for real, 100. Like for real. Like they see it as just that. They're not phased by it. They're not moved by it. Bro, I got this, that's and third. Man, if you just do such, and they be like, no, I'm good. They ain't moved by that. They move at a higher source. You know what I'm talking about? But most of them, where they done got to that point now where they're seeing that type of money, they don't even identify with you no more. They won't say it, but they feel like they better than you. They don't even see you no more, bro. They done got to a point that where your presence aggravates them because it reminds them of who they used to be. Man make the money. Money never made the man. I don't know, Plug. No excuses. Wanted to keep the bread or the status leads to self-compromise. On top. Like crazy work. Bro, I want to, hey, look. Instantly, I got emotionally involved about this much. When one of the guys that I watch on ESPN, you know, everybody's familiar with what happened with Ryan Clark getting fired from ESPN. But and I'm sitting there listening to him and I'm hearing him because I'm thinking in my heart, I'm really feeling this. And I'm saying, man, it's effed up, man, what happened to Buddy? This effed up what happened to Buddy. And it was. But guess what? As much as I hate to say it, he brought it on himself. And that money that he had, that he was getting, when you make a couple of mistakes, you start to realize, hey, if I lose this, who loses too? So it's easy when that bread, you get into that bread, you got to think of, look how Cam handled it and look how Ryan handled it. You know why? Because Cam didn't had over $100 million football deal contract. Cam didn't had a $100 million or $80 million shoe contract with Under Armour. So Cam used to the bread. So this space that he's in, he's genuinely enjoying it because he's not compromised by any money. He's not compromised. He's like, man, that was a stepping stone, man. It was nothing, man. Appreciate it. Bro, you let me on ESPN, bro. Not just in a highlight, not just an interview, but to be an analyst. I'm going to leverage this into my own. Now, both of them have their own. They got the pivot. They got 4 for 1 Funky Friday. But Ryan was an undrafted. He was an undrafted player, which means that money wasn't guaranteed, which means that money wasn't like that. So he's been living a sort of a controlled, environment with the type of money he's made. Cam has to budget because he has so many people he has to take care of because the umbrella is so big. So they both took both of those situations differently, to be completely honest. So I figured everybody was like, man, you saw how Cam took it. You saw how Ryan took it. Yeah, I saw how they took it because that money compromises situations. You mean to tell me, because it was 2 points that he made in his interview with the Pivot with Fred and Channing, where he said, I told that man, don't ever effing disrespect me. I'm gonna tell you one thing. I'm saying this, and bro, you better go on now. Man, ain't no but love. Hey, but when he said, don't you ever disrespect me, bro, I don't care what workplace you in. I don't even care in the barbershop, man to man, white man to black man to white man, whatever. Bro, when you start letting that type, bro, I don't care how you are perceived before and after. Man, look, off top, you're a threat. Goofy. When he said that, I was like, oh, you ain't say that. Bro, you dead. You dead. And it's been times when some black issues have been happening, even on our platform, and we say, where Ryan Clark at? We say it. We say it, where Ryan Clark at? So when he did not stand up for certain situations, bro, you compromised. And when you compromise, you're compromised. And it's nothing. It's like, I really appreciate what he's done in that space, but that was suicide. That was not a homicide. In life, I tell everybody, make it a homicide, never a suicide. Don't kill yourself. And he did that. And it was another point that he made when he was covering the LSU situation. Just because you're passionate about that don't mean no everybody else is passionate about that. Yeah, it was effed up. Yeah, they were wrong. But they apologized. You didn't. It was just different points. But I know that when certain people get in certain, and I want y'all to understand this, like, I don't want y'all to think that I'm pointing a finger at them, but it kind of is, because at the end of the day, it's like when they get to us, they making a certain like when you link that deal, you get that ass on your shoulders and you don't even remember, you're not even moving the same. People understand, like, they want you to remain the same when you get in that same money. And when you're not getting that same, when you're getting different money, you moving different. I don't care what nobody say. You moving different, bro, because you're not used to this. You're not used to this. New money come in, you become a new nigga, a new broad, a new white boy, because you ain't used to just consistently earning on a regular basis. If somebody told me, bro, I've been getting this same money, man, I've been getting money for like 13, 14 years straight. But when you see him, it ain't nothing extravagant. It just look better than yours, but it don't mean nothing. It don't mean nothing. I used to sit back with this chick, and we would just be watching the cars go by, and I say, see that Benz? See that Lexus? Man, you saw that Genesis? Ooh. You saw that McLaren? Ooh. Guess what? Same thing, same car payment, different number. That's it. Ain't doing nothing different. So money is like the side view mirrors on the car for some people. What's that sticker say on the side mirror? Things appear closer than they really are. That's a good point. What's up, souls, man? Welcome in, bro. Welcome in, bro. Say souls, holler at souls. Hey, great episode last night, man. Great episode last night, man. He said Plugg would not be allowed to talk on 1181. He said, y'all take care. No, we're gonna go back because I got 30. I got 30, bro. I got 30. I saw this from so many different angles, man. I'm telling you, I'm looking at things totally from I'm really in seeing things for what they really are. Objects may appear closer than they appear. Yeah. Super. That's the truth. Yes, indeed. Superman, thank you for the unbiased support. He said, V, what's good? Souls, how are you? Yeah. Say, Uncle, it's a shame. He said he pulled back for certain topics they discussed on the pivot past year. Yeah. You see that? Compromise. Once you compromise, you're compromised. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it was. And I'm like, no. Now that was a sellout. That was a sold out. You sold out right then. And shout outs to Fred and Channing, man, because I know behind the scenes they really explained everything to him. They had to do this episode because, man, you got to get that paper. That's a story. That's something that's on fire, and they know that everybody gonna get it from the horse's mouth. Everybody want to hear it from the horse's mouth, so you got to drop that. But behind the scenes, be like, listen, bro, you already know it was either this or that. They had to have that conversation. Real nigga activity, bro. It's either this or that. Because you're gonna take away from what we built to satisfy them. But we gonna step back because at the end of the day, we all got our own business endeavors, which was the smart. It's so easy, man, when everybody got their own. God bless the child that has his own. God bless the child that has his own. Because at the end of the day, you can still move and shake and make bread, do your own thing while your boy try to figure things out. You can give him that leeway. That's what friendship is. That's what friendship is, man. We understand you, dog. We ride with you in the good or the bad, dog. I don't care. I know who you are underneath the surface, so I don't care about how they perceive you out there. But I do care a little how they perceive you out there. You feel me? Like when you out there, you still represent me, but you still have to do what you have to do to feed your family, because that's a bag over there. That's a bag over there. So we gonna bag you, dog. We're gonna bag your play. We're gonna bag your play. But all them what's the names that you were saying and talking to certain people and having all that, you know how humble your ass was on the pivot? Respectfully. I see the change in the demeanor, not the change in the interviewing skills, not the change in the message that you deliver, but I do see the change in your interviewing skills. I mean, not interviewing skills, but in your demeanor. You was hurt and humble. Remain humble. Remain humble. Yeah, football season come around. Yeah, you in your bag. You talking crazy. Now you starting to reflect. Even during that interview, was like, no, I wasn't said like that, but I tried to say it like this. No, it wasn't said like that, bro. Your demeanor was different. People can see that. Them suits was getting a little, you know what I'm saying? Them suits was getting, we know when you got that new money, boy. We seen you. We know when you got that new money, bro. We seen you. So you had to bring it back to that humility when you told that story about that Tundra truck. Yeah. That's how you stay grounded in a way. That Tundra truck, man, you might as well have upgraded, bro. You might as well should have upgraded, my boy. You should have upgraded, my boy. Because at the end of the day, your whole demeanor had changed. You might as well have changed your surroundings. You might as well should have changed the car. You might as well change the spot. Walking around, meeting people, can't bury hatchets, acting like you can't dap nobody, you can't speak to nobody. Hey man, at a certain age, bro, you gotta let certain shit go. You gotta ain't carrying this weight, man. What's up, bro? How you feeling, my boy? You straight? We ain't gotta sit here and have a full-on conversation. But man, I can still speak, man. Hey man, all right, bro. Yeah, man, I ain't carrying that weight, man. I'm too old for that. I ain't carrying no weight. I ain't carrying no hate, no resentment. I ain't doing none of that, man. I got bigger fish to fry over here with some grits. Bigger fish to fry with some grits. Make sure they creamy, man. Put cheese on my American cheese, me, please. Yes. Souls rarely does respect flow to those who do not agree with. Yeah, for sure. And that's the perspective that I'm looking at the Nolan thing from the ones I don't like perspective, the ones I don't respect perspective. Because you know why? Because once I look at their perspective and how they're looking at it, it helps me break the whole thing down. And guess what I'm seeing? Something ain't right, bro, boy. Because I can hear what you saying, and I hear the ones that you interview saying, but guess what? It don't add up. I'm trying to see how you're making it add up by my emotionally fueled opinion and your objective opinion. I'm trying to see how we and you can meet in the middle. If you tell me to meet you somewhere, I'm trying to see how far it is from where you at, from where I'm at to the meeting point. Does that make sense? Dog, how am I traveling 25 and I got the product that you need, or you got the product that I need, and you trying to make a sale, and I got to come further than you do? I always try to meet a person halfway, whether it's to sell something to them or to receive something from them, or to meet them at an agreement. Everybody ain't gonna smile whenever we're doing negotiations. Everybody's not gonna leave the table smiling. Everybody gonna leave the table with a little grin. It's gonna be a little grin, bro. He say, it's just one topic. It's just one topic, Superman, Super Mac. I feel we have to see the full picture, not just different agendas. Yes. Yeah. Man, see, that's what I'm on, bro. I'm learning. Yeah. Because you gotta get in the mindset. First, you gotta get comfortable with being on the thing and talking to the people and stating your opinion. And then you gotta get comfortable with getting a new camera and getting your aesthetics together and doing all this, that, and the third. It's a lot that goes into it. You know what I mean? It's a lot that goes into it, and then you get comfortable, and then you get comfortable, and then you get comfortable. Because you're looking at you in comments, talking to the world. And it's different agendas and different pictures, and people got different feelings and different upbringing. Everybody takes in this information depending on your upbringing and how you've been. You know what I'm saying? How you was raised. You know what I mean? How you view things, the trials of life that you was treated this way. You was never treated this way. How dare someone treat these type of people this way? I've never been treated that way. You identify with it personally or outwardly. You identify with it the way you identify with it. I have to learn how to identify with a lot of things a different way, because a lot of that I don't understand. Not that I have a mental illness or I'm slow. It's just a lot of things that I don't get, how this is making you feel this way, how you so emotionally driven by this. This is like, or why you're not emotionally driven by this. Or I have to understand that. I've been through a lot, and a lot of that, and it made me stronger than I'm almost that man. My attitude, my demeanor is on steroids. My appreciation is on steroids. My gratitude is on steroids. A lot of the things that tear people down, I see it as like, man, that's just a little something we gotta go through real quick. This ain't even that serious. This ain't even that serious. Yes. Thank you, ma'am. I was like, damn, right? Yeah, I was too, man. When he was explaining himself, he was kind of telling on himself. Oh, why? Like, you knew. If you knew, he kept saying I was the best in the world at what I do. I'm the best in the world at what I do. And I understand that, brother. You great at what you do. I look forward to seeing you on Monday Night Football. Now, I wonder who they gonna put in your place. Y'all, ESPN might be looking like the Lakers. Fred is a solid man, real talk. Yes. Because he wanted to be the one to do this for him, because I think that he was the main one telling him it was gonna come to this. Because behind the scenes, if I see it, I'm gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna be the voice of reason and say, yeah, it's gonna come to this. It's gonna come to this. It's gonna come down to them two. Yeah, separate in titles within one. Yep, you gotta but it's hard to, because one is a bigger bag. Because one bag you have to separate 3 times. The one you separate, that one bag is one. It's just for him. Yep. Souls of Thought. Channing is not different than Souls. He said what he wanted regardless. And if hey, you ain't lying. You ain't lying. He hit him with like, man, you already knew that though, bro. And how you feel the people gonna do that when they said they was going? Yeah. So it was bigger than that. Boy, man, listen, man. Look. You want, man, we can put this and 81 together right now. Put 1181 together right now. Quit playing. Because he did say that. He was like, yeah, man, they were just finna invite us up there in August, man. What you talking about? You blew the bag, bro. You blew the bag. I'm telling you, your demeanor was different. Everybody get, hey, dog, hey, every man in this chat can agree with me right now, my man. And every woman that's around a man that love football understand this right now. They whole demeanor change when the season's getting ready to start. We on countdown right now. It's 40-some days right now. You know that in 2 weeks, we will be in the first week of preseason. Do you understand that? Hall of Fame game coming up right around the corner. What you talking about? Our whole demeanor change. We get like this. We get hyped up. We get amped up. We ready for this every Sunday, every Monday, every Thursday, Friday night lights, college game day. What you talking about? We love this. So your demeanor change. They watching you, bro. They know if they'd let you get through this season, which is going to be a great season, your numbers go up, baby. The numbers go up, baby. The numbers go up. And letting your whole team come on here, that's almost like a McAfee effect. They already got hit over the head right now. They already see y'all, y'all numbers over here. That's another McAfee effect. Not only do the man not like you, but a strong business decision is to move away from you. Because everybody loves Channing. Everybody respect Fred, and you're great at what you do. That trio is amazing. So now you bring them in, and we got sensible topics, and everybody that played with these boys, and all three of them was some dogs. Don't get it twisted. Don't act like because Ryan was undrafted, he wasn't no dog now. That man got a Super Bowl under his belt. Fred was a dog. I seen Fred play when he was in high school out of Belle Glade, Florida. What you talking about? Channing Crowder, both of them boys. Dog, you know how strong that is? All right, let me give y'all a little tip. Let me tell you something, Fred, Channing, Ryan. For the pivot, this is what y'all need to do, man. Hey, listen to man. I got y'all boy, man. Listen, bro. Fred, you a little older than me. You know, all the rest, I think the rest of them, we about the same age. All right, check this out. Y'all go and do all SEC. All three y'all played in the SEC. Y'all got Florida Gators, 2 Florida Gators, and 1 LSU Tiger. Yeah, y'all go and do y'all thing. Just focus on the focus on college. Yeah, you can do a little bit of the pro. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? But y'all go and focus on the SEC. That's a little tidbit. Fred, I remember, man, watching you play. You came to Lake Well, Florida, man. Y'all played against my Highlanders, man. Y'all boy acted ass on us. I ain't gonna even lie. And our team was pressure. Y'all had it was like 5 guys that was like D1 on y'all team on the offense. I forgot how many was on the defense. Yeah, y'all came from Belle Glade, Florida. Yes, sir. He say, if my support disappears when I don't disagree with you, you should not consider me a friend. What? They ain't need no help. They didn't need no help. They ain't need no help. If that, what? You want more commentary on that? That's volumes. I should put the one from last week with Soul said and this one together.